blog. Okay, now, wiki. The difference between a wiki and a blog is that a blog is the individual post. A wiki is like what they're doing in Google Apps. You type stuff in, and then people can go in and they can edit it, and they can change it, and they can type stuff in, and et cetera, et cetera. So everybody who is a member of that wiki can go in and they can change anything in the wiki. And of course, the most famous wiki of all, Wikipedia, in which any one of us could go in there and say that Christopher Columbus was an alien from another planet, but they do have proofers who go in there and they go and they fact check everything. So Wikipedia really is, it's added to and created by people like us who are experts in particular areas, and then it's monitored by experts in particular areas for factual accuracy. It was a very interesting, dangerous project, if you ask me, but it's paid off. I mean, it's huge out there. So a wiki, we go in, we can create multiple pages, just like you could go to multiple pages in Wikipedia, multiple entries. So you can create multiple pages in your wiki and have multiple people editing multiple pages. And it's really a collaborative project. So when these are the same questions we asked about our blog. Is it going to be a generational wiki? And this is an idea that I think is really cool, the idea that your students create entries about certain things, and then the students coming up might add to either your collection of articles or the things that have been posted by other students in the past, and then you really get a catalog of your students' understandings and work, maybe over a few years, which is what a nice thing to have for maybe a portfolio entry for you, or, it's great evidence of student learning that remains out there, and it can benefit, the rest of the world, which is really cool. Do you need to see the revisions that students have made? Who made the revision and what they did? If you did, you're going to want to use Blackboard Wiki, because that's not something that I believe you can see on the public wikis. Nicole, are you having a hard time hearing?
Only when people speak. There's
okay.
Reverb.
That's probably my fault, because I need to hold down the talk button when they speak.
Oh.
So I'll do that. I was hoping that it wasn't reverbing, but now that I know, I'll do that.
Can I also say, I think this is where Nicole said, if people mute when they speak. If you'll show me how to do that, I can do it. I don't know how to do that.
You actually, the talk button, you hold down the talk button when you speak, and then you just lift it up when you're done. So if you don't lock your talk, and you just hold down the talk button while you speak, then you shouldn't worry about it. It should automatically mute on your end. And on my end, the talk...
That's what I've been doing. I was just afraid I was doing something wrong. Thank you.
No, because I've got my talk locked, I need to hold down my talk to mute my end while you're speaking. So, thank you, Nicole. Okay, do you need to see the revisions that have been made? Who made them? Should the wiki be public? Do you want the world to see it? And does it have an ongoing value to the global community? So this is when we're going to use the Blackboard Wiki. If they're collaborating in competition with others, probably want to give them group wikis so they can't see each other's wikis. If it's not appropriate to share with the global community, if it's not generational, again, if you need to see those revisions, you're going to want to use Blackboard. It will actually give you a list of who made revisions, and you can actually look at the history. What did the wiki look like before they made the revision? What did it look like afterwards? Very nice tool. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and show you how to add a wiki. to your site in Blackboard 9. And I'm just going to share the full desktop because I can't fix that window. Okay, so we'll just go back to this resources page. And again, in Blackboard 9, it's as simple as clicking this, and then you go down here and add your wiki. Sorry about that. Somebody's in AIM. So creating the wiki, it's the same thing as creating the blog. You just put in the name, the description, whether you want it to be available, if you want an RSS feed, that way with every update that's made, if you subscribe, you get notified of it, or students get notified of it as well. What do we want to call the person when it comes in? Their username, their given name. Who are the members of the wiki? And you can have specific groups or course members. And so if you choose specific groups and course members, which is where I messed up last time, then you can actually move them over, and they'll be a member of the wiki. Can the students permanently delete wiki pages if you've got multiple students working? That is my daughter. I'm very sorry about that. If she curses, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm signed out. I apologize for that. She usually knows not to do that. Everything's okay. So probably if you've got a group of students working, you don't want to allow anybody to permanently delete a wiki page. You want to make it as safe for them. Well, you'd like for the environment to be secure enough that they can't really mess it up too much.
If you have students in the wiki who are doing different group pages, you want all the other groups to be able to go in and comment, but not change things. All the people have to be a member of the wiki, right?
That's right.
But then you can just tell them, you only work on your group, you can't comment on others, but you can't actually stop them from changing. But,
you can't. But the good thing is that that you have the history there. So if they do change somebody else's page, you know it. Okay, so you just set all of your preferences here and just click OK, and that's going to create your wiki, and it's going to be there on your page for your students. And then everybody can go in, they can collaborate. You can see it. You'll get notifications if you subscribe, so you know you don't have to just check back and forth all the time. So,
One other quick question. If you have, say, 5 groups, each group is doing a wiki, a part of the wiki, and you set it up in a grade book, is that only possible to have one grade for the same grades against all the people in the group?
I doubt it. I don't know in Blackboard 9, but I seriously doubt that, because I think that the grade books are based on individuals.
So whatever individual you still probably grade individuals. That's something to figure out.
Right,
Okay.
and that's something that I can actually research and know on Monday.
Okay.
And because that's assessment day, and so and then I can either send you.
Yeah, I'll be back on Monday.
Okay, very good, very good. So I'll find that out for you. So that is the Blackboard Wiki. Now, if you want to do one of those generational projects, or you want something that's going to be out there and it's meaningful, and you know it's kind of like your classroom contribution to the great online library. You know, that library where all the windows are open and people just walk by and toss books in. You can actually do that. And so blogger.com is a nice site that's been there forever. It used to be Blogspot. It's free. You can actually create a blog there. It's a public blog, but you can moderate the comments. so that if somebody makes a comment and you don't like it, or it's spam, and they're not in your class, you can choose to delete it. And so, or you could let your students moderate it if you wanted to. There would be a lot of ways to use a public blog. And the wikis are the same way. Wikidot and Wikispaces are two. Wikispaces actually has a password-protected wiki for educational institutions. So, and I believe that you can add members to that wiki. So if you wanted to share it across space to other classrooms, other professionals, etc., you can do that. But you could also have it open.